Hi everybody, welcome to another edition of Cruise of the Week, and today we're talking about one of my favourite subjects, Oceania Cruises. And I've got one of my colleagues here today, Sam. Hi Sam.
Hi, James.
We're going to have a bit of a chat in just a second about Oceania. But I've been really fortunate over the last few years to be on 4 launches of Oceania ships. I've been on the Riviera launch, Marina launch, I've been on Serena launch, and I was recently, last year, on the launch of Oceania Vista. So I've got a little bit of knowledge on one of our favoured cruise line partners. But Sam, you've got quite a bit of knowledge as well
I do.
about Oceania.
I do.
So let's talk about it. Go on, give us a little bit of an overview.
So, Oceania as a brand is phenomenal. One of the best things about Oceania is the food. Finest cuisine at sea, trademarked for the brand, and you'll know from being on board, it is phenomenal. There's multiple restaurants that you can choose from when you are on board. Main dining room is incredible. I tried snails for the first time actually when I was on board Riviera last year. But talking of the dining, Red Ginger, we were talking about this earlier. Red Ginger is sensational. It is the Asian-inspired restaurant on board, and the duck and watermelon salad. For a salad, I'm not a salad kind of guy, but this duck and watermelon salad, I could eat it all day long. It is incredible.
What about the miso-based
The
sea bass?
miso-based sea bass. So I was lucky enough to be on board Serena about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was on for 3 days, and 2 of the days I made sure I had that sea bass because it is just, it's like nothing else. It's incredible.
Yeah, I think you've always got to have your main course in Red Ginger, but have a miso glazed sea bass for the table.
Yes,
so that
just
you
to
can
share.
just have a little bit extra there.
Yeah.
So no, it's absolutely great. Go on, tell us a bit more about the food on board, because that is the signature of
It
Oceania.
really is. Something that I really loved when I was on board, the few times that I have been on board, is the poolside grill. In the poolside grill, Oceania pride themselves in all of the restaurants that everything is cooked to order. That they have a number of chefs per guest. If I remember rightly, for every 10 guests, they've got a chef on board. And just talking again about the poolside grill, it's all cooked to order. So you won't go up to the poolside grill and have burgers and pizzas just sat there waiting for you to pick up. You'll be able to order your food and it will be cooked for you fresh. One of the things that I loved during the day, every single day when I was on board Riviera last November, I had oh God, I can't remember what it was called, but it was fillet steak with lobster tail on top, surf and turf burger.
Surf and
turf, fillet steak with lobster tail on top, freshly cooked with a side of champagne, because your champagne is included with
And this was during the day?
Just during the day, yeah.
Oh, amazing.
At the side of the pool.
Fantastic.
Yeah, really good.
And what else is on board?
As in
food-wise, yeah.
So you've got your main dining room, and I'm pretty sure there'll be some pictures somewhere that you'll be able to see of the main dining room. But the main dining room on board all of the ships is phenomenal. The way that it's decorated is just sensational. It's all dining where you can come and go as you please. If you want to, on the first night, dine as a couple, you can. You might make some friends and you can dine as a 10 the next day and then as a 2 again the following day. But everything is cooked to order. You'll always have your wine connoisseur there as well to help you find what wine you want with your food, and you'll have your dedicated waiter as well. But like I said, everything is cooked to order, which is just incredible.
Amazing. No, the food is absolutely spectacular on board, and there's so many different restaurants to choose from, whether you like a steak or, like you say, you
Polo
like
Grill.
Polo Grill.
Yeah.
Whether you like Asian fusion or you want to go into the main dining room. It's all absolutely phenomenal.
It really is.
But tell us a little bit about the itineraries, Sam.
So another thing that Oceania pride themselves on, and I really like this about the brand, is that they don't sail out of the same port over and over again. So for example, Vista is in Europe at the minute, and while she's in Europe, she doesn't just sail backwards and forwards out of Barcelona or out of Istanbul. She'll use Barcelona as an embarkation port, and she might sail around to Athens. The next cruise will start in Athens, and then she might sail out of Istanbul, she might sail out of Valletta, and she just moves around the destinations that she's in while she's there. All the ships do this to make sure that guests have the luxury of being able to pick the destinations they want to go to. Oceania pride themselves on the travel experiences that they provide to their guests. And when guests are on board, one of the inclusions that Oceania has is shore excursion credit. So everybody on board is going to get an amount of money to spend on being able to explore the places that they're in. They try to get into port as early as possible. They try to be the first ship in the morning and the last ship to leave in the evening to really extend the amount of time that guests have got in port. As well as that, they do have some overnight stays where they can as well, to really just bring to life where the ships are going.
Amazing. No, it sounds absolutely fantastic, doesn't it?
Shall we go now?
Yeah, exactly. I wish I was on board now, but and Oceania have changed their offering as well.
Yeah.
I think it was last July they brought out Simply More.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about that.
It's a really, really great offering. So for every guest on every single voyage, they're going to get free airfare, they're going to get transfers. The gratuities are now included. That's brand new as of this year in January. They're going to get champagnes, wines, specialty beers and beers included during all of the meal times, even in the poolside grill when that's open during the day as well. One thing that I found there as well, when the restaurants are open, if you're getting ready of an evening, you can get champagne delivered to your cabin by the glass as well. They're going to get shore excursion credit, which we talked about, and unlimited Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is really, really strong on board as well. They've just moved they're moving to Starlink, and the Wi-Fi when I was on board was really, really strong, and it's all complimentary.
Fantastic. And I've just thought of one thing that we have to mention: the ice cream on board.
Oh.
Humphrey Slocum ice cream.
It is
like the best ice cream
Yeah.
I've ever tasted on board, and there's all sorts of different weird and wonderful flavours.
Yeah.
But if you're into your ice cream, it is literally the best ice cream I've ever tasted.
It is
on
incredible.
board. It's fantastic, yeah. But anyway, I'm just dreaming about eating lots of ice cream there. But let's move on to new ships.
New ships.
So
Vista is the newest ship that's currently in the water, part of the Allura class. Allura is coming next year, and they've just announced actually that Allura is launching slightly earlier than anticipated, which is really good news. But you've been on Vista, I haven't, so I think over to you really for Vista.
Well, Vista, I think, is a culmination of Oceania's 20 years in existence. And Frank Del Rio, who founded Oceania, it was his swan song, because at the naming ceremony that I was fortunate to be involved in Valletta last year, he basically retired. He knew he was going to retire then, but that was, his swan song. So, he's really masterminded an unbelievable ship that does raise the bar and set new standards. And from the ambience on board, the decor, the architecture, it's just absolutely phenomenal, and it really does raise the bar across the whole premium sector of cruising, I would say. So it was absolutely fantastic. It was a pleasure to be on board, and even so, I've booked another cruise on Vista. I'm on a Panama transit in the next few months, so I'm really looking forward to that as well.
And then Allura's coming in the summer of next year as well, which is Vista again, but even better with some slight tweaks on that as well. So there's lots of exciting things coming
over the course of the next few years, and they've not just left it there, have they? They've got another couple of ships as well. We don't know too many details, but we
just know they're coming.
Over the next 4, 5, 6 years, there's at least 2 more ships coming to the Oceania fleet. So we really look forward to working with the guys over the next few years.
Definitely.
Well, Sam, thanks very much for joining me today.
Thanks
it's been
for having
an
me.
Absolute pleasure. I'm still thinking about Humphrey Slocum ice cream as we wrap up here. I hope to have some more of that very soon. But thanks again, mate.
Thanks a lot.